Yo, what's going on? And welcome to some Fate Grand Order, also sometimes known as Fate Go. It is a mobile game in the Fate series. If you didn't already know, I like the Fate series quite a bit. My profile picture is one of the characters in the game, and I actually have that character as well, right here. Just one of my favorites. But a new event has just came around. You can see it right here. It's called BB Strikes Back, or I think it's also, we can go to the news. It's called Abyssal Cipher Paradise, or Seraph. And so when a new event comes around, there's always new servants and stuff that get introduced to the game. And this is one of the events that I had planned to get the servants that are now being introduced ahead of time. So I've been saving up for quite a while. We can go to summon here, and I have 30 summon tickets and like 200 of the, it's called Saint Quartz, but you use it to summon the servants. And so I plan on going for this 5-star servant here on the right side, Meltryllis. I think that's how it's said. But yeah, I plan on going for her, and that should make the event easier for me in the future as well. So it's always good if you know you want the servant to get the servant before you start doing the event, because it'll just make the event go faster for you because you'll get bonuses for using them. But yeah, Fate Go is one of my favorite games. I've played through the final singularity, which is what you need to be able to do this event right now. And I haven't done the newest singularity, which comes after the final singularity. That might be a little counterintuitive, but the final singularity was after the first, was at the end of the first year of the game. So I've pretty much been playing since like a month after the game came out, mostly because I didn't know it came out, but I was interested in it right away. I know that some people might not like how the game actually works with the low odds of actually getting the servants that you want, but honestly, I don't go overboard with this game. I usually just like save up for a really long time, and I only play the game when I want to play the game. So I've been able to keep it fun for myself for more than, almost, actually it's not more than a year. Is it more than a year? Game's been out for almost 2 years. So actually no, the final singularity came at the end of 2 years, and I've been playing it for almost 2 years now. But yeah, so we're gonna start using our summon tickets. I'm gonna be going for Meltryllis, and I don't know, I'll kind of like check in if we get some cool stuff. Doing single summons tends to be better if you're going for 5-star, because then you don't get, like, you don't do extra summons afterwards, especially if your resources are limited. Which mine are kind of limited, but I do have a lot of them. But obviously getting the servant I'm looking for as quickly as possible would be cool as well. But yeah, I'll check in with you guys if I get anything cool. Okay. So we're just slightly in, and we already got the 4-star servant. I guess her name is Passion Lip. Just kind of a ridiculous name. But so I always like, when you get your first of a servant, I like to lock them immediately, just so I know that that's the first one, and then ones after that, they won't be locked, so I know I can use them as Noble Phantasm fodder for the character. And Noble Phantasm is like their ultimate ability, and to make it stronger, you need more of that character. But yeah, you can see that we're only 5 in, and we already got the 4-star servant. But again, we're looking for the 5-star servant. And in the background there, on the right side, you can see another 4-star servant. I would like to get her as well, but she's also going to be introduced in the like all summons in the future, while these two on the sides are limited. So I'm not too concerned with actually getting her. And then here we can also get a whole bunch of these craft essences that are for the event as well, which is kind of like gear. And doing all these summons now, I can use the craft essences to again make the event go faster for me. But yeah, we will keep going and see if we get anything cool. And now we're actually out of tickets, so you can see there on the left summon, we don't have any more tickets, which tickets are kind of just like, you use one, you get to summon one thing. And now I gotta use the Saint Quartz, which is 3 for 1 summon. And there are just a few summons in using our Saint Quartz. We actually got the other 4-star servant from this. Interesting. Ooh. I don't actually know what this is. I guess this is one of the event craft essences. It's gonna make enemies spawn more often, and so that's gonna be useful when you're actually farming the event later on to just have more enemies to kill. And there it looks like we got another event craft essence. It's gonna make a different enemy appear more often, so we'll lock that one. Okay. So the odds of this happening is kind of low, but we did actually just get a 5-star servant that is not one of the higher rate ones. It's one that I don't have yet. That's kind of cool. Okay. So something... Okay, just a second. But yeah, something weird that I've noticed about this game is there tends to be an abnormally long loading screen when you're summoning and you get something new, because the game kind of works on a basis where it stores animations that it's done before in the cache, and whenever you get a new animation, it has to like connect for a second and actually load that. So you can kind of tell that something new is coming. And so, in a way, I like got my hopes up immediately, but I was like, not gonna say anything until it actually happens, and it did actually happen. So I'm pretty happy about that. As you can see, we did have to get a little bit more Saint Quartz. Don't tell anybody though. I didn't go crazy or anything, obviously. I would like to say I have good self-control, but you never know, I could get out of control at some point. But it's not like I'm trying to get 5 of the servant or anything, I just want 1 of them. And I feel like I get a lot out of this game, so I don't mind throwing a little bit of money at it every once in a while. But here, if we go to the store, we can kind of see everything that we got because it shows most recent things. So here at David here is where we started. That's the first thing that we got. Or this is just servants as well. But we got 1 passion lip there. Then we got Suzuka, a few more passion lips, another Suzuka. We got an Arjuna. And we got a Nitrosis. I don't remember if I have a Nitrosis. And then, of course, we got Meltryllis up there. And as far as craft essence go, where would we have started? Probably around the end of this event. We got... I guess we got this random 5-star one that I don't actually know what it does. But we also got... We got the event craft essence there, we got one of them, and then we got the 4-star one as well. We got another 2 of the 5-star, another of the 4-star, another of the 4-star, and then we got a random 5-star as well up there. And unfortunately, before I actually get into using any of this stuff, I have to decrease my inventories of them, because you can see you can have like 300 servants and 300 craft essences. I was over on both of those, so the game won't actually let me do any missions until after I get rid of some of those extra cards I have lying around. The first thing I want to do with any extra cards is I want to upgrade their noble phantasms if possible. So here we have our passion lip that we got, and we should, we can only do one at a time, but we'll upgrade her and she'll be at level 3 noble phantasm, which is pretty good for a 4-star. What tends to make 4-stars really strong is, since they're easier to get, you tend to have higher level noble phantasms with them. And noble phantasms, depending on what they do, they can do a lot of different things, like buffs, debuffs, damage, healing, all kinds of stuff like that. Certain things will get better about them as you level them up, but not everything necessarily gets better. So like this one, deal heavy damage to all enemies level 3. So the damage is what's going to get better by having it be level 3, while the restore HP is going to be how much charge you've actually gained on it. And so once you get, maybe I'll explain noble phantasms later. I assume anyone watching probably already knows how to use noble phantasms, but so we also have nitrosis here. I think we only have one extra nitrosis that we just got, so we'll level up her noble phantasm. And then we also have a Suzuka and an extra one. Level up her noble phantasm. And do we have any of these 3-stars that aren't maxed? Pretty much. Oh, actually we don't have, what's his face? Tawara maxed. He needs 2 more. Most 3-stars in the game, because you can get them through the free summon as well, which can only give you up to 3 stars. So it's fairly easy to get most 3-stars in this game maxed without even summoning with actual summons. Because so how it works is the free summons go from 1-star to 3-star, and the paid, or you can earn it over a long amount of time, summons go from 3-star to 5-star. So 3-stars are in both pools, so you tend to get a lot of them. I think that is it on our duplicates that we can actually use for stuff. I'll look through it real quick again just to make sure. There's no point in wasting a free servant that we could use to upgrade noble phantasms. Doesn't look like it. I think everyone is maxed. So that means that all of those servants, we can go back to the, oh nope, that's not the shop. We can go back to the shop and just sell them real quick. Actually, we can also use them for XP, now that I think about it. But we need to sell 20 of them. But yeah, you can get cards that give XP, or you can use extra servants for XP. We'll sell 23 of them here, and we'll keep all the rest, because the event is going to require me to level up BB, the event servant that you saw. So I might as well just throw all these extra servants at her. Actually, well, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I don't really need the mana prisms at the moment. I assume the event is going to give me a lot of mana prisms to begin with. And I have like over 1,000. So now we get to craft essences though. Craft essences is always tough. Because obviously we got a few of those event craft essences. But I don't want to put them into each other because it only is actually going to upgrade here. I'll show you with this one. So this is one that we're definitely going to upgrade. I don't know if this is, I think this is an event one. So what we're going to do is we're going to put 4 of them in there because you can say it says limit breakthrough. And we'll hit OK here. And so it's got little notches kind of where the little sparkly thing is right now. It's got 4 empty like star notches there. And so over here, further to the right, they're all filled. So you fill them up by using a craft essence that is the same as it. And that raises its max possible level. You can see on the left side, its max possible level is 20. But then on the right side, after I've filled all 4 notches, the max possible level will be 60. As well as if you have all 4 notches filled, then the craft essence becomes more powerful at its base. So you can also see that the HP on the left side it gives is 300. This one gives 0 attack, so this one's mainly defensive. But the HP is going to go up to 502, and that's purely based off of leveling it from 1 to 11. The actual effect that it has will enhance it here, and then I can show what the effect of it is compared to the normal one. And we can kind of see how it gets better. So if we go back to our main menu here, it's a 3-star. Can we sort you by held? Yes. Okay. So you can see this is the one we just leveled up. What it does is you begin with 20% of your Noble Phantasm charged, and its Noble Phantasm damage is increased by 20%, as well as the event effect increases these enemies' spawn rate by 50%. What the normal one does is it only gives 10%, which is half of the Noble Phantasm charge, 15% damage, which is 3/4, and it only makes enemies appear 20% more often. So that's a 30% increase in how often the enemies spawn. So you can see how getting that upgrade can be really big, especially on like a 3-star craft essence like what this one is. I'm probably just going to take this one as well and limit break through it. And so that'll give me 2 that are fully enhanced. And the last one, not sure what I'll do. Maybe because the most, your party can have 6 people, but one of them is always a support, and the support is one of your friends' units or a unit that they are supporting you with is like an NPC. But so that means you can only use 5 craft essences in a team, which means if I have 2 maxed out, that would mean I only need 3 more, so I can essentially get rid of one of those safely. As far as this goes, most 3-star craft essences, I just immediately combine them to make one really good one, because I'm probably not going to need too many of them, but I like to keep the event ones at least split apart for now until I need them in the future. This one's not even an event one, but I will, to decrease my inventory of craft essences. And I guess I'll check back in once I've decreased my inventory a little bit more. I might level up some of my better craft essences by throwing these that I've now gotten in as fodder. But I'll check back in after I am done with that. Alright, so now that I've finished slimming down my inventory of servants and craft essences, I'm gonna build my team real quick for event grinding. You can see at the top, that's what I title this party right here, and a few of the parties after it. Like I have a second one for event grinding, and I kind of just change them around for whatever event is relevant at the moment. I think what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to see what the event bonus servants are. First of all, we might just clear. How do I clear the party? Clear all. Alrighty. So now we can see the event servants without anything else in here. And it looks like I'm probably going to be bringing a lot of non-event servants, because those tend to be my strongest. At least for now. So what I like to bring is my Merlin and my Waver. And then here we'll put a whole bunch of event servants, and then I'll kind of explain why in just a second. So how I have my party set up right now is it has my 2 strong mages that are really good supports, and then we have the support, which I'll be able to pick one of the people on my friends list. I can use their servants, or if they give me the random servant to use, then I can use that servant. But I'll be using that servant as my main source of damage, and these 2, Merlin and Waver, will buff that person and make the rest of the party pretty much unkillable for the time. And then you can see the 3 in the back aren't actually gonna be in the battle unless someone in my front party dies, which is quite unlikely. Bringing such a strong party, I don't foresee them dying. Obviously I don't know because what these do is they increase certain enemy spawns. I don't know which enemies we're gonna be seeing in the earlier missions. So I guess we'll just bring like a bunch of... We could even like change it up, I guess. Bring like one of these. What does this one do? So we'll bring one of these. And we can bring one of these. And you can see down at the bottom next to the bottom right where OK is, it's your total cost. So the more rare a servant is, the more it's going to cost. And the more rare a craft essence is, the more it's going to cost. So since we don't have a whole lot of room left, I'll just throw in some 3-star craft essences. And this should be a pretty good party to just start the event out, because we have 3 event servants and we're fully loaded on event craft essences. So that should make it quite easy to actually start, and we'll do like the first mission. I don't actually know what exactly is in store for us in this event, but we'll see. I don't know what Myas is. Indeed, the season in which even the most reclusive digital native is overcome with the urge to venture off to faraway lands. It's spring break? Okay. I guess we're going to the beach. Is that dress really the only thing in your royal wardrobe? Or do you just lack confidence in your figure? A lot of the events like to be humorous, while some of the story is a little bit more serious. Shall be like a bolt of lightning. Alright. Oh yeah, so one of the events in the past was a deserted island one, and that was last summer, and everyone was in swimsuits for that one. It was funny because it was like split factions. There was like all the girls went to one place and all the guys were on their own on the island. I did not forget about that. We did make like buildings and stuff on the island. Eliminating rivals while playing up your own strengths? Why she call him nameless? The fact that he's managed to keep his position as master's tutor for so long is proof enough of that. You never change, do you? The woeful lack of morals and education in other servants. And so Mash is our special demi-servant, which I think would be better off with the game explaining to you exactly what Mash is. But yeah, I would definitely recommend anyone who's interested in this game, check it out. The story's pretty good. I've only seen Fate Stay Night and Fate Unlimited Blade Works. I would like to watch some of the others. I just don't have a whole lot of time with work and stuff and recording. I don't know what a Seraphynx is. I have literally no idea. Sure, let's go check it out. It sounds ill-omened. I always think it's kind of weird in some of these events, a lot of the servants that like talk to you, you don't necessarily even have. Like, I don't have Tamamo, but she's here talking to me anyways. I don't have Da Vinci either, but Da Vinci's a pretty big part of the story, so that's a little bit different. So I think we'll probably skip forward to gameplay. Okay, hopefully we can finally get to the first mission now. Alright, well, we made it to a battle. The intro to this event is pretty long, and it turns out that the mystery servant that we're supposed to use is Meltryllis. I think I have decided that her name is Meltryllis because there's an L before the T. But yeah, I think we're supposed to use this servant, and it's going to be the only servant we get to use. So we'll kind of get to show off how it works. You can see she has 5 cards here, and these are the only 5 cards she has, so she'll always have 2 quick cards, 1 arts card, and 2 buster cards. And you kind of make chains with your cards. I think if you start it with buster, then everything is going to do more damage. So I like to start a lot of chains with buster. And then quick cards are going to give us crit stars, while arts cards are going to give us more Noble Phantasm. You can see in the bottom left there, we have a Noble Phantasm gauge, which is charged halfway at the moment. So if we do another combo like that, it'll probably charge all the way, but we can also do an arts combo. And so now everything will give us more Noble Phantasm. So hopefully, for the next enemy, we can see what our Noble Phantasm is. Once we get to the next battle, which is against this lady, which we also summoned not too long ago. She does appear to have 2 health bars. That little purple diamond under her health bar tells me that she probably has a 2nd health bar. And also, my character appears to not be strong against her. So I'm kind of looking at what my abilities do. We probably want to save that for when she has a Noble Phantasm, but I don't think she even gets a Noble Phantasm. Let's increase our attack now, because that's going to last for 3 turns. And what's the cooldown on this? I might as well do this now, because we can then evade 2 attacks. And I think we'll use our Noble Phantasm and then follow it up with 2 more quick to get a quick Brave Chain. And we'll see what our Noble Phantasm actually is. It's not doing a whole lot of damage though. It looks pretty cool. But I don't see how we're supposed to win this fight. Ouch. I'm thinking that this might be a scripted loss because I don't see a path to victory. But we should get our Noble Phantasm back after this again. I don't know, this is kind of an odd battle. Because it seems like we can't win. But we'll do another quick Brave Chain. And using 3 of the same cards is going to give a boost to their effect. So getting a quick chain is going to give us extra crit stars, so you can see we already have 10 before the combat. An Arts Brave Chain is going to give every servant who has a card in the chain automatically 20% Noble Phantasm, and a Buster Brave Chain is just going to increase every card's damage. Maybe we'll go like double Buster and a crit, because we're about to die. I don't know what to do about it. Pretty sure there has to be something to this because this seems fairly unwinnable. Oh, we won. Genius. What? Were we just supposed to survive 5 turns or whatever? I don't know. I'm as confused as anyone else at the moment. Well then. What the? Well, that's kind of been the start to this event. It's kind of more narrative driven at the moment, but I'm sure we'll get into more normal gameplay once we progress through the first few missions. You can kind of see how the summoning in this game works. I know it's a gacha game and some people might not like how that works, but I don't mind, and this is really the only game like this that I play. So I'm fine with it. I think it's a really fun game. I assume other people watching this probably also play the game or maybe interested in it. So it'd be cool to maybe talk. I could always add people who also play the game, and I have a lot of high level stuff. I'm not like the best possible, but I'm sure they could help people out who are just starting the game and interested in it. But yeah, let me know in the comments. It's kind of more of an experiment, testing to see if I could actually record something on my phone. So if this comes out, then obviously I was able to record something on my phone and actually record my voice as well at the same time, and it all just kind of worked out. But yeah, let me know if this was at all interesting. It's probably going to be heavily edited because there was a lot of like moments that aren't necessarily exciting for someone watching from the outside, but if you're playing the game, it's always enjoyable to read all the story and stuff. But yeah, either way, hopefully you enjoyed this one, and I will see you next time.